All right, we are finding real zeros of polynomials. We kind of started this at the end of last week. I gave you some factors, so that helped you out to get started. This week, I am not giving you some factors. So we're using what's called the rational root theorem. So the first thing we do is we list all the possible factors that we could have. All right, we list the possible rational zeros. These are ones that can just be written as in fraction form. They all come in the form P, plus or minus P over Q. P is going to be a factor of the constant, which is the last number in the function. Q is going to be a factor of the leading coefficient, which is the first number. I'm giving it to you in order. You're not going to have to mix things around or anything like that. It's the last number over the first number. Factors of the last over factors of the first. So let's check out some examples. I have 4 examples here for us. So I need you to list all the possible zeros, and then I need you to find all the real solutions. And we're going to use synthetic division just like we did last week. So my P is the last number. My P is 4. All I care about is that it's positive. All right, I just want to know what the number is. All right, the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. I list those to help me out. Q is your first number. It's just 1. We got 1, factors of 1, guess what? 1. My possible zeros are plus or minus P over Q. So it's my factors of P over my factors of Q. So my possible zeros are plus or minus 1 over 1, which is just 1, plus or minus 2 over 1, 2, plus or minus 4 over 1, which is just 4. Those are my possible zeros. We talked last week, if something is a factor or if something is a zero, your remainder is going to be 0 when it comes to synthetic division. So we set up synthetic division. Use the function we were given. So we got 1, 1, negative 4, negative 4. We want 0 at the end, so I automatically put it. I drop down the 1 and go from there. Now I recommend using a pencil in these problems. The one time I recommend using a pencil is these ones right here. It's trial and error. There's no easy way to figure out which ones work and which ones don't. All right, it's just guess and check. All right, you want 0 at the end. So I obviously know the answers. I'm just gonna run through them. Odds are pretty good that it's probably not the biggest one. Can be, it definitely can be, but it's just not always. All right, I'd say more often than not, it's not. All right, so I'm gonna send through 1. 1 times 1 is 1, add straight down is 2, 1 plus 2, or sorry, 1 times 2 is 2, go straight down. I'm not gonna get 0 here, so I gotta wipe that out. I know positive 1 doesn't work. Now, I usually personally stick with the number that I started with. I'll just try the opposite sign, negative 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Get 0 here, which is okay. Negative 1 times 0 is 0. We get negative 4. We get a positive 4. This checks out. We started with an x cubed. That means when I run through synthetic one time, my answer starts with an x squared. That's something we know how to factor. This factors into x plus 2, x minus 2. I have my solutions, right? All I need to do now is pull them out. This first one worked for me. So x equals negative 1, and I get 2 solutions coming from here, negative 2 and positive 2. That's what I'm looking for. So I need to see synthetic division being used. I need to see the list of zeros, all right, putting through. I need to see synthetic being used once, maybe twice, depending on how much I give you. Factor the rest, pull out the zeros.